Hi guys, welcome to the Fearless Energy update for the week of February 7th to February 13th. So we're going to start on Sunday, February 7th. It's been a really interesting energy. I didn't do the video last week. I had some family stuff going on, and it's Mercury Retrograde, you guys. Like, nothing can be forced right now. Absolutely. Like, if you try and force something right now, it is going to backfire on you so fast you won't even know what happened. You have no idea. So like literally the rule for all of this energy, and we'll get into what this energy is that I'm talking about here in a little bit, but really the rule this week with all of this energy that's going on and everything that's literally flying in the air, it's to not force stuff and to really pay attention to where things need to be released. Because the stuff that's supposed to stand the test of time is being rooted, it's being grounded, it's being uplifted too. Like, you can tell the ease, right? It's going to be very, very cutthroat. It's going to be very like there's no mincing the lines, right? It's either going to be working for you or it's not going to be working for you. And the biggest thing to remember is that if it's not working for you, you've got to release it. Like, the harder and the longer you try to hold on to things that are blocking or restricting the energy in any way, shape, or form, it is in your best interest to release that, because it's going to backfire on you in a really big way if you try and hold on to any situations, any people, anything. This Mercury retrograde is not playing around, like, for sure. Before we get started in the day-to-day, I have some new merchandise on the website. Love Soul Gear. I love this sweatshirt. It's so comfortable. I literally am in this sweatshirt every single day right now because it's winter and it's freezing. It's Champion, so you know that it's really comfortable. And we have baseball t-shirts, and we also have really cool mugs. And this is the Goddess mug, which is beautiful and awesome. And phone cases. So there's also an astrology reading that I'm doing that's correlating with the Love Soul vibe. It's not a synastry reading. It's not a composite reading. It is about where or how or who your divine partner might be, and what wounds or what things in your birth chart, in your natal chart, you need to heal in order to raise your vibration and attract your divine partner. It's really interesting. The people that I've worked with so far, they're like, wow, that's amazing, because that's the stuff that I'm actually working on right now, or I've been thinking about this, or this idea has popped into my head. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's your intuition telling you. And your chart literally correlates like the direction you're supposed to be going in, not just for your purpose, but also for divine partners. So if you're interested in that, it's a very limited reading. I'm only doing it until the end of February, so get your spot reserved right now. You can get that in the link in the description box below, or go to my website, fearlessintuition.net. So let's get to the week. Okay, so, and what's really interesting is there isn't a lot that's going on, but there are a couple of substantial spots, and just in general, the energy is really super flighty. It's really flighty. And actually, hold on one second. I'm going to show you the chart. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so I think I've got it. So I'm actually showing, let me make this a little bit bigger. So I'm actually showing what it looks like today. So we're on February 6th. I'm doing this video on Saturday. So February 6th, and this is kind of like a beginning energy that we're having with Venus and Saturn. Were conjunct early this morning. And then, oh wow, it was 10:10 Central when I did that. So Venus and Saturn conjunct early this morning, but Venus is also squaring Uranus today on Saturday. And you know, what's really interesting about this energy with the moon in Sagittarius is we want to really like have this freedom aspect, or we want to really have this like freedom but with connection in a way. And Venus conjunct Saturn is going to show you all of the places where you need to take accountability when it comes to love, money, and relationships. And with that kind of energy conjunct Uranus is going to be the thing that shakes up and shows you where you need to pivot, where you need to shift, where you need to create a different pathway to stand the test of time with love, money, and your value system, right? Because Saturn is here. Like, it's so funny. Saturn gets such a bad rap, and I've talked about this in my memberships before, but Saturn gets such a bad rap of being like this guy that's just really restrictive and really blockage. And yes, he does that, but why does he do that? He does that to teach us. He does that to show us where doing things in a different way is actually going to make this situation or this relationship or whatever it is that you're being taught, right? Whatever, thing that you're in with Saturn, that Saturn's trying to teach you how to do it to build a foundation that stands the test of time, because he's also the father of time. And so that when, and being with Venus and having that kind of pressure that Venus is, in with that, especially around Valentine's Day, it can be really hard because people, if you're single and you're not in a relationship, but you want to be in a relationship, this can be a time where your ego or that narrative that you have in your head is constantly telling you like why you're not lovable or why you can't have a relationship or why you're not ready for a relationship or, whatever that is. And having that voice telling you that can be really painful. And so instead of letting your ego tell you all of the reasons why you're not good enough, let this energy shift that perspective to show you all of the ways to love yourself, all of the ways to create that value within yourself, because that is really what we want to stand the test of time. And, Saturn is about integrity and Saturn is about karma. And anytime we have Saturn involved in something, and we have all of this air energy going on at the same time, it can be it can feel really, really chaotic because things have to change or things aren't looking particularly happy or good in this area. So just kind of pay attention to how it's being represented in your life, where maybe you need to let go of some things a little bit more and let it flow through instead of being so stubborn. That's the word they want me to use. Instead of being so stubborn and holding out hope that something is going to, like, forcing things to work is not, like, that is not the energy anymore. If you try and force anything to work in this energy, it is just gonna it's like gonna be the boomerang, when the boomerang comes back, you don't catch it, it just knocks you into the head. Like, that's how quickly it will snap back and get you right now. So really pay attention to that. So tomorrow on the 7th, so we're actually starting the week. I just wanted to show you guys that really quick. So let's look at tomorrow. So tomorrow's energy, the Sagittarius, because right now we're under a Sagittarius moon. The Sagittarius moon this is at 10:10. We're just going to keep it at 10:10. That's fun. But we'll see that the moon is shifting into Capricorn, and so it's starting. So we're starting the week leading up to the new moon that happens on the 11th. So the new moon in Aquarius is happening on the 11th, which is Thursday. Yeah, so I'm telling you guys, this Mercury retrograde is a different sort of energy. I haven't slept in weeks. Everything that could go wrong has. I don't know how many times I've been so distracted. My ADD is wild right now. And it's because of all of this air energy that we have going on. So having that moon move into Capricorn is going to give us a little bit more grounding. It's going to make us feel like we're a little bit more supported in some things. But man, right now, if you are not meditating, if you are not grounding yourself every single day, I literally probably ground myself 3 to 4 times a day, reground, because I'm working so much in the 5th dimension with, readings and astrology and all of that. But this air energy, it's so distracting. It can really, really, really be a super distracting thing. And it's hard to get things done right now. So really, really pay attention to that. We have this Saturn coming up on a tight square with Uranus here. And if you recognize, look at how restricted this energy already looks. And so this is why I'm telling you guys, like, don't hold on to things, because this energy means business. This is something where, I mean, like, it's already like, it's like, this is my way or the highway, and there's no other way that you're going to be able to take things. And if you try and take things in any other way, you're going to get like a huge redirect, like I said, it's going to be like that boomerang just coming right back and smacking you in the forehead. So pay attention to your P's and Q's. A lot of people are being revealed right now. I don't know if you know about the drama that happened in astrology on Twitter. I'm not going to get into it, but it's like every single day, a new person who has not been integral, they're like asses are being shown right and left. And I'm even sitting here, like, I'll question myself some days and I'm like, am I living in my most authentic, integral energy right now? Like, every single day I'm having to ask myself that, because, and it's not because I'm afraid that I'll be exposed. I just want to make sure that every single thing that I'm doing is being put out in an original and authentic way. I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to, like, you know what I mean? It's like, we're all here and we all have special gifts, but the mind can play tricks on you right now and really make you think that you're opposite of what you really are. So that's why I'm like, stay grounded, really allow yourself to be in that grounding nature in a big way. So we're going to have this moon. Let's move this further a little. So when the moon shifts into Capricorn, it's right here. Oops, right here. And it shifts into Capricorn. A little bit later on in the day, it's going to trine Uranus. So there's going to be, let's move this a little bit faster. I haven't shown you guys the chart stuff yet, so I'm still kind of working out the kinks. Of course, I would try and do this for the first time during Mercury retrograde because I'm such a rebel. Oh, I went a little too far. Okay. So we have the moon going to be trining Uranus down here just real quickly, and it'll be squaring Chiron at literally the same exact time. So if I back that up, just like, I don't want to do that. Okay. So if you look at this and how it's squaring, the moon is squaring with Chiron and it's trining with Uranus. And so even in this really grounded nature, we still are going to have that emotional trigger, and we're going to have that kind of like an aha moment in a way. I mean, look at where, and we also have like Saturn is basically squaring Uranus. It's in a very tight square with Uranus, and we're under this energy until, like, I believe it's going to be closer to the end of March, or the beginning of March, when we start to when that starts to lift a little bit. But we also have a tight square with Venus still and Uranus, and a tight conjunction. I mean, if you look at how restrictive, look at all this red. These are all squares here, all of this. Look at this huge air. So it's like this whole, like, there's a mutable square that's happening there. Like, just there's so much restriction that it's really hard for us to complete tasks. It's really hard for us to stay on point and to stay focused. And so you're really going to have to work and be more accountable for yourself on a regular, everyday basis, just because of how much you, it's like boom, and then the idea just moves right out of your head. It's just how much you are forcing it, right? That's what you need to pay attention to, how much you're forcing it. So if you need to get up and like take a break in the middle of the day because your brain just isn't working anymore, then allow yourself to do things like that. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's really funny when people don't think that they can rest. I know I said that. Okay, wait. So now we want to do, so February, so this is Tuesday. We're looking at Tuesday now. And that is, okay, so like real early in the morning is when the moon is going to be trining Uranus and squaring Chiron. So it's going to be really early in the morning on Tuesday. And so that's going to be like between Monday and Tuesday, that the emotional triggers and the unrest and like the feeling like everything is happening all at once is going to happen. So we also have Mercury retrograde down here with the sun, and they're going to be Mercury's going to be coming in for that Cazimi again with the sun. A Cazimi again is the heart, being in the heart of the sun, and it just expands the energy of whatever planet is in the heart of the sun. It happens about 17 seconds. And I'm going to put all of these big aspects or the big transits that we're having. I'll put them down in the description box if you want dates and when that's happening. But so yeah, so we have the Mercury Cazimi happening. And so on top, like that's just that extra air energy coming in as well on top of feeling that. So there might be like everybody's really, really, really talking out of their asses right now. Everybody's really saying a lot of things that they might regret. Like I'm telling everyone that everything that's happening in your life right now, like be very, very, like pay close attention to what's happening in your life right now, because we're going to revisit all of this when Mercury is in his post shadow period. We're going to be revisiting all of this energy all over again. And so if you're not absolutely prepared for, or like if you're saying things right now and you have nothing to back it up, or you have nothing to stand on, and you're not being integral and you're not standing in your authenticity, this is going to be shown all over again when Mercury is in his post shadow period. Okay, so those are the things that I want to show you. And also I want you to see here that we also have the Saturn is sextile Chiron. This is going to be a thing that's all week too. And so really be taking responsibility and taking accountability. And he's going to be exact on Tuesday. I believe it's Tuesday. It's that he's going to be exact on Tuesday, sextiling. Saturn's going to be sextiling Chiron exact on Tuesday. So, but because it's Saturn and because it's Chiron and that's a generational feeling, this is really about really taking a lot of responsibility for your wounds and not always placing the blame on other people, and really allowing yourself to do what you need to do to heal those wounds, and seeing what your part is. Like maybe, like, yes, you didn't create that wound, you didn't create that wound within yourself, but you have a huge responsibility and accountability to not project that wound onto other people, because the people that didn't create the wound, they don't deserve that, right? They don't deserve. So it's about you taking accountability. It's about you recognizing. And I've noticed that a lot of people just already, like even just this last week, we're really having to take accountability for the things that, you know, some people unconsciously don't even realize that they're hurting other people, or they're triggering other people, or they're that what they're doing isn't integral. Like maybe they don't even realize until it's like brought to them that it's noticed. So there's also a lot of things that are being presented to other people. Like, don't you realize that this wasn't such a really good thing that you did, and you really hurt a lot of people with this? And so we're all having to take accountability for what it is that we project onto other people, or what we do to hurt other people, even subconsciously, even unknowingly. I mean, this is a perfect example of, the Black community, and, even, the BIPOC community. Like, this is a huge example of how if a Black person tells a white person that's racist, and the white person tries to defend that's not how we do it. Like, that's not what it is. Like, you don't, as a white person, if a Black person says that was racist to you, you have to remove your ego out of that and look at it like, oh, damn, I didn't even realize that I was saying something that was racist to somebody. Like, you have to be willing to accept that you don't know what's right in every situation. And like, that's just a small, that's actually, it's a really big example. That's not even a small example. That's a huge example. But you have to understand that if somebody looks at you who is well aware of the situation and well aware and literally living within that situation themselves, and you say something and that person says, no, that's not it, you need to be willing to open up your mind. And this energy is showing us that. This energy, that all of this air energy, all of this, Saturn, sextile Chiron, Venus, conjunct Saturn, this is all showing us where we need to show up for each other and where we need to show up for ourselves. And we need to stop acting like we know it all already. We need to be aware that we need to stay open-minded, always learning something new every single day, always opening up your perspective to other people's perspectives. Why is that hard, right? So that's why this this is creating the kind of example, or this is creating the kind of energy for all of us to live in, where we're not playing the role of, this is who I am, this is the box that I live in, and I'm not getting myself out of that. We're not doing that anymore. That's something that's falling by the wayside, and this energy is absolutely penetrating all of this. So Mercury is also going to be trining the North Node on this day as well. Where are we? Down here. So Mercury will also be trining with the North Node on Tuesday, and Jupiter is squaring Lilith. I feel like I need to move forward just a little bit, a couple of hours. And when I say this day, I mean Tuesday the 8th. Some people are like, will you tell us what day you're talking? I'm sorry. I just talk so fast and I think so fast sometimes that I forget that not everybody is in my head listening to everything that I'm thinking and saying. So we're also going to have Jupiter squaring with Lilith. Okay, I was like, did I write trine down? No, I put square. So this is also really expansive energy when it comes to our sexual desires and the deepest aspects of, like, I've been talking to a lot of women lately where we're all realizing that we've been sexually oppressed for so long that, that's, and obviously you can tell because with like the whole sex worker thing and how women are shamed for it, but men are celebrated. Even to this day, men are still celebrated and not necessarily shamed for being a sex worker, but women are still considered like the sluts of the world or the whores of the world if they're a sex worker, and that's how they're making money. And again, just an example, but the sexual oppression, like women for so long have been made to believe that our bodies are weapons, that that we should be ashamed to show any kind of skin, that we should be ashamed. And I mean, I don't know how many conversations around, like, if you're watching a talk show and they're talking to a woman who's a really famous actress, and like I was watching the Britney Spears documentary that the New York Times had or something like that on Hulu, and I was watching that, and they literally asked her about her breasts because it was like such a big thing in like 2008 or 2009 about her boobs, like being like her getting a boob job, and like who does that? Like why are women put on the spot like that? So that's that kind of thing that I've been noticing a lot, where women are being extremely expansive, and even men are being extremely expansive when it comes to their sexual orientation and being much more open, and I think it's being more widely accepted, and I feel like that Jupiter squaring Lilith is really going to help with that. So Wednesday, we have the moon shifts into Aquarius on Wednesday, and so now if we look at so this is at 2:03 p.m. Central. I'm so bad at, 1:03 p.m. I'm really bad at the military time stuff. I just am. So this always has been. hold on, we're not quite at, so the moon in Capricorn is going to be conjoining with Pluto in the early afternoon, and then on Wednesday, on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we have the moon is in Aquarius, and the moon will be conjuncting with Saturn, the moon will be conjuncting with Venus, and the moon will be conjuncting with Jupiter, all on Wednesday. So there's going to be a lot of, and this is just like, look at all this air energy, you guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets. I know that, is it Ceres? No, it's not Ceres. It's, hold on. There's an asteroid in here as well. So there's 7 planets total with Pallas. So Pallas is also in Aquarius. So there's 7 total in Aquarius. And this is really, I mean, like, this is why nobody is sleeping. And this is why everybody feels really distracted and everybody feels really, really unfocused right now, is all of this air energy. And I know that, I mean, like, every single day somebody says to me, I haven't slept in weeks. And I'm like, yep, me neither. I haven't slept in weeks either. And we're leading up to the new moon, and the new moon is going to have Jupiter and Venus conjunct each other. So on Wednesday, everybody's going to be right. And, you know, I don't want you to hide in a hole on Wednesday and be like, I don't want to be around it, unless you really feel like doing that. I mean, I could understand if you'd want to, but everybody's going to be right. Everybody's going to be right. There's going to be really quick, fast movement. And this is just what that Aquarius energy is going to be, because everything is shifting and everything is changing so quickly. I've noticed people driving on the roads are way faster than usual. I guarantee you, if the government decided to have an astrologer, then they could actually tell police officers when to, like, be massively on the road to stop people from speeding, but they don't think about things like that. But honestly, this is going to be a time for that. And it's going to be like this for a while, until all of this Aquarius energy starts to move into Pisces. And believe it or not, we only have a week and a half left of Aquarius season. Pisces season starts on February 18th or 19th. So we only really, like, it's happening very fast. It's happening very quickly. And Mercury retrograde, Mercury goes direct on the 20th of February. So, yeah, this is all happening really, really quickly. And that's why it's easy to slip up too. Like, when we have such fast moving energy like this, it's very, very easy to slip up. It's very easy to ruin your day by saying things, or even like ruining your week the next, you know, when Mercury is in the post-shadow period, you could be ruining a couple of weeks for yourself if you don't pay attention to your P's and Q's right now. My grandma always used to say that to me, and I always wondered what it was. Now I know. Okay, I wish that I could blow that up more. Okay, so we have the moon and the sun are conjunct at 23 degrees. It will be at 2:06 p.m. Eastern is that new moon. So 1:06 Central, 2:06 p.m. Eastern is that new moon. Jupiter and Venus are going to be conjunct. We still have a lot of really tight energy here with this squaring off. Hold on a second. I'm going to take off those asteroids because I don't want to confuse you guys. Okay. So we have all of this energy really, really squaring right here. And just, you know, creating that, like, it makes me feel like it's the Four of Pentacles. Like, I wish I could even say it was the Four of Swords, because swords is air. But maybe it is the Four of Swords, because this really is a time for us to not jump into things. This is really a time for us to pull back. So the Four of Swords would actually make a lot of, like in tarot, it's very Four of Swords, Four of Pentacles kind of energy, because it's super, super restricted, like really, really restricted. And you know, it doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel grounding, and it doesn't feel safe. And that's why you have to create that grounding, and you have to create that safety for yourself. I mean, if you look here, we have Saturn on the 11th, which is Thursday. We have Saturn still sextile Chiron here, and still, you know, being really super aware of our wounds. So if you're going to do a new moon ritual, which I am actually going to be doing a new moon ritual with my members, with the top tier members, the exclusive members, this week. So come join us. You can join the memberships with the button below the video, or you can go over to Patreon. All of that information is in the description box. But yeah, this one is going to be a really great one to expand, you know, to help you expand yourself and innovate things when it comes to love, money, values, you know, with Jupiter, like conjunct Venus. Like, this is going to be a good time to put your intentions out there into the universe of what you want to manifest and what you want to bring in. But it's also a time to be really, really super aware of being responsible for your woundings. Like, don't manifest an ex-lover coming back during this energy. That is a big fat no-no. Don't do that. You don't want new triggers coming into your life right now. That would be really, really scary. Don't do that to yourself. So the new moon is going to be very interesting, changing a lot of stuff. So then we have Friday, and this is where we'll have the moon in Pisces on Friday, and this is that psychic moon, right? But we still have all of this really stressful, you see what I'm saying? So all of this really strong and strict, restrictive energy that's happening, that can be quite stressful sometimes. Being really super aware of that will be the best for you also, and creating that sense of nostalgic feelings, right? A lot of times with the Pisces moon, we can feel very, very nostalgic. And so if you just did your new moon ritual, and now you're being a little bit nostalgic, and you're like, oh no, did I do something, you know, like, am I releasing things that I shouldn't be releasing? That should never be a question. If you feel the need to release something, or you feel like something's restricting you or blocking you, like, try not to question yourself. I know that it can be really hard sometimes, but really try not to question yourself, because, you know, our intuition is very heightened when the moon is in Mercury. Then we have on Saturday, leading up Saturday, we have the moon conjunct Neptune. And this is one of those, you know, super, super psychic development kind of days. I actually feel like next Saturday might be just a really good day to flow and journal and take care of yourself, and like super self-care day on Saturday. Especially after the kind of week that we're going to have. Like I said, I don't feel like there's going to be like anything. I mean, I just feel like this is a very dramatic time. I don't think there's going to be anything extra dramatic, like, because right now everything is extra dramatic. So I don't feel like there's going to be anything else on top of it. Just, you know, be really aware of your own energy and taking care of your own self, and the things that you have to do for yourself and the people that you love and the people that are around you. And honestly, that's going to be the easiest and best thing for this week, is staying in your lane, paying attention to what you need to pay attention to. And I think that I've said that quite a bit already in the beginning of January. And honestly, if you want to get into an argument, you absolutely can. This is the perfect energy to argue with other people, but why are you wasting that energy? Why are you wasting your own energy arguing with other people? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what's even the point of that? So enjoy the week as much as you can. If you can't be productive, just put it aside and come back at a later date. I also have, I forgot to mention this, I also have tarot readings. So I have astrology readings and tarot readings. I do have the 30-minute tarot reading is on special right now using the code Fearless20. You can get 20% off the 30-minute live tarot reading. All of that information is in the description box. I only have like 6 more spots for that tarot reading too. So if you want to get in at a discounted rate. Now is the time to do it. I probably won't offer the tarot readings again until after, it'll be a couple months. So anyway, so if you would like to get in for a reading with me, all of that information is in the description box. I hope you guys have a really good week. Thanks for hanging out with me and being patient as we navigate the chart this time. And I hope you guys are doing well. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.